What is up, guys? It's Rod with Ono GTO. This is the restart of my 1,000 to 10,000 bankroll challenge. This is, I don't know, I like this. This is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to keep these sessions about an hour, generally no more than 2 hours long, and then cut them up into 30-minute intervals. So this will be part one of day one. And then I will put up part two at some point. Yeah, so let's get started, guys. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Try to pull this a little bit closer here. They're playing so laggy right now that like I fully suspect that someone's going to it's kind of a tight call in the small line, but they're playing so laggy right now. I wouldn't be surprised if like someone gets stacked in the next couple of hands. Um, so bad turn card when they stand hand. Um, let's just don't really have any reads right now, so we're just we'll probably call river. But okay, cool. And we took it down. Good for us. Yeah. Checking. Let's look at it full. We're going to try to top up here. Yeah, I had my cats in here a little while ago, but I had to kick them out. They started fighting, and I got 5x that, pocket kings. When it's 6x with king jack to can't play lumber. Feels a little bit weird when everyone's compensate uber aggressive. Would have called if I got 3 bet. I'm gonna like just over min raise here. Just want to set it up somewhat geometrically to do like a river shove. Sometimes we're bait here, just like a trashy like king x hand, but I think he probably calls. Yeah, okay, yeah, he had a flush draw, so he counter had a hand, but not really on the not really once the turn comes out. That is a horrible river. Um, yeah, let's check it and hope he just has a jack. Okay. No, I wasn't calling a river bed anyway, so 7-3 is like pretty much air. It's like very minimum showdown value. Well, this game gets it for. So the 3-6 we're gonna fold. The ace jack we're gonna look to play. Let's see, what is this guy about? 27-18. Okay, so he's actually somewhat of a serious player. Um, I think we should. I'm not really sure if it's just 3 bet. I mean, it's a cutoff. Yeah, I think we're gonna fold. It is the cutoff, so I mean the range is gonna be a little, a good bit wider than like an early position. If it had been an early position, that would have unfortunately been um, an easy fold. I don't think in theory this really was supposed to be a fold, but I'm just. I think one thing I've learned over the last like month or so is that I think I do have Sorry. I do have some difficulty in three bet pots. Um, I hope no one's going to limp raise me here, but I think tens are pretty good. Don't know what this guy is going to have show up with. Ace king, ace king. Oh, that's that is about as good as you could hope for. With just a donk shove all in. I guess I was pre-flop, so it's not really like a donk, a true donk or whatever. But I don't know. Just it just seems like a really a real donkey play. Like raise, call, shove. With like a 300 one stack. Well, one downside to that move is that I took all of their money, and those were the main customers at the table. Because yet again, this guy is a serious player. Um, I think we're just gonna do like a little jam here. Just I think this gets probably checked around a lot, so I think we're gonna do like an overbet, don't bet, and I think we like our ace. Um, the computer's like a little laggy. There was probably, I mean, I kind of wanted to go more, but I just didn't want it to time me out and then not be able to bet. I'm trying to think of what a bad card's gonna look like. Obviously, any spade. I think that's a ace nine is probably a little more reasonable. It's kind of a weird hand to get three streets of value on, but I think I might be able to do this. But if they raise, we're folding. I mean, like yeah, 0% chance. There's not at least two pair there. Could be dare or straight. Yeah. 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 I mean, yeah. That was yeah. There's no way this is a three straight hand. I think it was. Um, well, I guess it's cool to at least get to see what they have for free. Yeah, it was a bit greedy to think this was going to be a three straight hand. Yeah, he got a straight. Um, I mean, him had the same hand, coincidentally enough. Yeah. I mean, I think the thing is though, like, I did want to make it more on the turn. The side was just glitching out a little bit, but you know, let's see here. This guy, 31-15. Uh, even a good size turn bet, he's probably calling. Like, I would probably have to seriously overbet for him to even consider folding, and even then, he probably was probably going to go with it. Honestly, I kind of like to don't bet there. So I'm just gonna fold. Okay. This is probably okay. This is probably not the way that you were supposed to play that hand. I'm having some serious lagging issues on here. I don't know if this is like coming through on the stream. Hopefully, I don't have to swap monitors. I do kind of like it on my TV. Well, if you guys can see, I'm just in my rocking chair right now. Just chilling. Um, I don't think that's a brick turn. That is a freight river. We're going to bit. Yeah, hope he has two pair. Okay. Let's see. This is kind of out. Seven. Okay. If he'll, I don't really feel like four betting with nines, and this pretty much just turns to a set line type deal. But on a paired board, um, obviously the main concern is like a good pocket pair. I don't. Ace ten sometimes is in a three bet range, but I don't think it is often. Just gonna try to deny. Try to deny some equity. Like I just don't want him to see like an ace or a king on the flop or on the river for free. Yeah, good deal. I don't mind three betting with this hand sometimes, but um, I don't know. I guess my old style, so to speak. I didn't really do that. Um, I just didn't have any three bet bluffs. I am going to do them like occasionally, because you do want to show up with not the goods occasionally. Uh, so when you actually have it, you get paid off. But I don't know. At this level, I feel like that is a minimum value, to be honest. Okay, we can. It is probably better to go linear, like raise with linear range. Um, Let me start with. We're just gonna try to get it in. Alright, both had aces. Anyway, but yeah, and 10-0. Um, I don't know. I feel like more or less keeping like a linear range, like just not worrying about balance and just fold all the bad blue shit and then raise all the good to decent high shit. Like is pretty much the way to go. But like whether it's balance or whether it's just keeping your opponents guessing, like throwing in like like a 4-5 suited, even 3-4 suited, type raise, like is never a bad move. Um, and the times that you either get shown bluffing or like you flop a monster and you show that down, like it just makes your life easier, like when you see bet or you put in like a big turn raise. That's just the way I think of it. It's just the way that I like to approach it. All right, we're gonna check with the 9-6. This was a little thin to put into, but you just don't want a card like that to come. Of course. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so who's going for straight? Okay. Yeah, like I was trying to avoid like maybe like an ace, like maybe somebody like limp like ace three or something like that. Let's see. Fold. Or like any sort of straighting cards, but there's Kane anyway. All right, we're gonna go on a half pot bet and try to call it a day here. If he calls, um, it is likely going to be his pot. Oh, all right. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Good for you. Just gonna limp. Gotta raise the sixes. So that 6-9 is gonna be a fold, so I'll just let it time out if it needs to. Um, I feel like I normally would just come over top here, but um, it's kind of weird. Like I do like the idea of like hitting a delayed set of fours. Like I don't know. I've done that like over like the last like couple of months. I've done that like 3 times, and every single time it was a massive pot. So I don't want to say like I'm chasing that high. We'll just fold there. Like we actually probably are good sometimes. But yeah, like I'm like a chasing the high, like a delayed, set. But I'm just folding. I don't really care. Play many ace rack hands. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it. Excuse me. Oh, I think it more or less has to do with like like sets are really disguised in general, but they're easier, at least somewhat, to stuff out. I think on the flop, it's kind of a loose raise with the pocket fours, I think, but we're gonna do it. But set of fours is already a disguise, or just a set in general. It's just already a disguise on the flop. And then if you add like the turn and the river component to it, like getting it on the turn of the river, I mean it's just like impossible to know, what you have. Um, yeah, you just take that one, man. I'm just gonna assume that no one has an ace here. Um, yeah, we're gonna fold. So yeah, if it turned out, it was fine. All right, hit again. I feel like we're gonna end up set binding with this. All right, yeah, we definitely want to fold to a cold four bet. Right, in a tricky-ish spot with tens. I feel like there's only so many jacks in Cheech's range when he three bets. Well, then he cold calls. It feels like diamonds, probably jack. It would be kind of cool to have a 10. Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna fold that. I'm probably getting massively exploited by folding the tens there, but it feels like one of them has a jack most of the time. Yeah, and they let out on the river, so they can have a flush draw or jack. Okay, so maybe jack and then river flush, or both, but maybe they both have flushes. I don't know. I just kind of lean more towards him having the flush since it was like a check call. But of course, I don't know. On this flop and a 3 bet pot, you probably don't. Oh wow, he ended up with a boat. That's insane. Um, oh man, that I would be so tilted. Oh, that poor dude. Well, you know, what do you do? That's poker, folks. Isn't it weird though that like Joel Brunson is no longer with us? Is that weird to anyone else but me? Um, it's kind of a bad card, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and continue with the aggression. Oh my god, we have so much going on right now. Alright, I'm just gonna explorably fold. Okay. Alright, because I had the ace jack hand going on, and I wasn't sure how that was gonna go. I didn't really want to fold the sixes there. I mean, it was a tricky-ish spot with some more players to come, but alright, we're just gonna jam it and hope neither one of them has a flush. Um, I don't think we're afraid of. Yeah, I think we're just gonna fold with in a multi-way pot, even with the nines. Um, yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah. This is going pretty good so far. I think we're running a lot better. Um, if all five of you, if you follow around with any of my challenge, any of the challenges before this, um, I I did a day three, and it didn't go so well. Part of it was bad play, but a large chunk of that, honestly, was just an extreme amount of variance. Okay, limps. I don't really put pocket queens or pocket jacks. Pocket twos sometimes. Um, and if he folds, then he has none of that. What was I talking about before? Oh, yeah, it is weird that Doyle Brunson is no longer with us. Like, I don't, if anyone was on like Reddit, um, there was like a long running joke like every single year, which is not really funny, but to joke about someone's death. There was a long running joke like years before he passed that was just like, "Hey guys, just wanted to say rest in peace to Bill Benson, true legend of the fell, this and that." And then it would just be like just a long term comments like, "Guys, this is fake. This is fucking stupid," which it is. Um, but let's see here. Is that that? What do we want to do here? Yeah, I think I just want to fold. I gotta fold that king too as well. Um, but yeah, so yeah, this Whaley's owner with us, and nothing's funny about his death. Um, but it is kind of weird though, like in today's society, how death has become entertainment, and it's not to say that it has never been captivating. Like, um, yeah, I mean, but I don't know. It's just an odd. It's sort of an odd paradigm. Like you can freely show, violence, um, with like zero repercussions. But just something like nudity, which I'm not really suggesting that like there should be, because kids are watching and all that. But just I don't know. It's like violence just gets like a free pass on network TV, um, in the same way that nudity doesn't. And that's just an odd fact of Western society. Um, yeah, I don't know. But again, though, I mean, as I said, though, I mean, just things related to death and mortality, like, can do nothing but capture our attention. Like, you guys remember like when you were like in elementary school and you were like in I don't know like you did like the what do they call it? You did the social studies, right? And which kind of covered like different cultures, but also covered like history and shit like that. And like, do you remember like when your teacher was it like one of the ultimate plot twists in like American history is like when Martin Luther King got shot. Like when that story's like completely fresh in your mind, like you have no idea who Martin Luther King is. You just, like your teacher just starts out with, like, hey, like he was a chill dude. He was just like, hey, like, we're segregated. Let's not be segregated. And the way we fight this is probably a bad call with the 910. It's like but the way that we fight this is not through violence. It's not through being angry. It's like, we're like path of aggression. It's like, like he's pretty much just fucking rolling a dude before he goes up there to give a sermon, like just um, and yeah, and then like the story like goes along, and like he goes to jail, and it's like whoa, and then he runs into like Rosa Parks, and he's giving all the speeches, and then he gets shot. Like like if the story of MLK like wasn't well known, and like you could just make like a Netflix series and push that out, like that would just be like how it'd be like, oh God, if I could, like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, like, I mean, it would be like some shit like that, like, I don't know. I mean, that whole situation was, I don't know, pretty bugged out, to put it mildly. And I would like somebody to clip that and be like, Rod says the assassination of MLK was completely bugged out, which it was. Okay. Yeah, we're probably gonna end up being stable. I think we just have one good player to play with. We shot him. Excuse me, it's not him, it's him. 1-3. This is probably a call, and this is probably a fold down. Don't really know what that was targeting there, but yeah, yeah, fold. All right, guys. All right, I think this is a good place to stop for part one. But I will catch you guys on the other side. We may miss a little bit of a hand, but it's okay. I'll see you guys on the other side. Whoosh.